Good morning, students. Welcome to the next session of our subject, that is concrete technology, material testing and its evolution. Today we are going to perform our practical number 3, that is setting time of the cement. In our previous practical session, we have completed the standard consistency test of the cement. Okay, what is standard consistency? Why it is required for us? That part we have discussed in detail. We have taken trials also for the same. So we will take another trial in our today's experiment for the standard consistency test, and then we will take down the setting time test of the cement. Okay, just a minute, dear students. So what is the initial setting time and what is the final setting time? That is the first part that we are going to see at first in our today's experiment, and then we will discuss the procedure and or other things regarding this particular practical. So what is the initial setting time? It is the time elapsing from the water added to the cement up to the time at which the needle of 1 mm square fails to pierce the test block by about 5 mm from the bottom of the particular mold. Okay. So what is the initial setting time? Initial setting time is nothing but that time. It is the time elapsed between when you are going to add water in the cement paste. Okay. When you are going to add water in the cement paste and the phase at which the initial setting time needle will penetrate the Vicat's mold by 32 to 35 mm from the top. By 32 to 35 mm from the top. Okay. जसं आपण स्टँडर्ड कन्सिस्टन्सी टेस्ट मध्ये जे प्लंजरचं पेनिट्रेशन जे आहे ते 32 ते 35 mm इतकं गेलं पाहिजे असं आपलं एक हे आहे रिझल्ट मिळण्यासाठी. ठीक आहे रूल. तसंच इनिशियल सेटिंग टाइम टेस्ट मध्ये सुद्धा we are going to use the initial setting time test needle, and that needle must pierce through the Vicat's mold by 5 to 7 mm, that is from the bottom, or 32 to 35 mm, that is from the top. Okay, so what is the initial setting time? Whenever you are going to add water in the cement, whenever you are going to add water in the cement, that particular phase where you are going to add the cement and cement will just starts to harden. Okay, cement will just start to harden. That phase we are going to calculate. Okay, the time for starting of the hardening of that particular cement paste, that phase we are going to calculate. Okay, that is nothing but the initial setting time, and for the initial setting time we are going to use the initial setting time needle. I think you have done this practical in your diploma also. So you have seen there is a area of that initial setting time needle is 1 mm square. Okay, and you have to apply the initial setting time needle to the Vicat mold. The procedure is same as that of in your standard consistency test. Okay, just a small difference. In case of the standard consistency test, we are going to calculate the amount of water which is required to make a good workable paste. While in case of the initial setting time test or setting time test, we are going to add the water that is 85% of your standard consistency. So whatever the water which we are getting, okay, we are going to add 85% of the water that is of your initial setting time. Sorry, that is of your consistency. ठीक आहे, आपली जी काही कन्सिस्टन्सी आलेली होती, ठीक आहे, आपल्या पहिल्या फेज मध्ये स्टँडर्ड कन्सिस्टन्सी मध्ये, that consistency you have to consider, and then whatever the water which is required in case of your setting time test, that water is nothing but 85% of the water required for your consistency. म्हणजे तुमच्या कन्सिस्टन्सी मध्ये जितकं वॉटर तुम्हाला लागलं होतं, मे बी 112 ml असेल, 103 ml असेल, 110 ml असेल, म्हणजेच काय, तर कन्सिस्टन्सी 24 पासून 30 पर्यंत किती असू द्या, जी काही तुमची कन्सिस्टन्सी आलेली आहे त्या पर्टिक्युलर सिमेंटसाठी, त्याच्या 85% वॉटर तुम्हाला घ्यायचं आहे. सपोज युअर स्टँडर्ड कन्सिस्टन्सी ऑफ द सिमेंट इज 25%. Okay, just take one example. Now we are taken 400 gram of cement. 25% म्हणजे how much water you require? 100 ml करेक्ट आहे. 100 ml तुम्हाला वॉटर लागतंय. सो 85% ऑफ दॅट 100 ml दॅट इज अगेन 85 ml. म्हणजे सेटिंग टाइम टेस्ट काउंट करत असताना तुम्हाला वॉटर किती ऍड करायचं आहे, तर 85% वॉटर ऍड करायचा. कशाच्या? तुमची जी काही कन्सिस्टन्सी आलेली आहे ना, त्या कन्सिस्टन्सीच्या 85% वॉटर ऍड करायचं. बाकीच्या रेस्ट ऑफ द प्रोसिजर इज सेम. फक्त काय, तर निडल चेंज होणार आहे. इनिशियल सेटिंग टाइम काउंट करत असताना आपण इनिशियल सेटिंग टाइम निडल यूज करतो आणि फायनल सेटिंग टाइम काउंट करत असताना आपण फायनल सेटिंग टाइम निडल यूज करतो. ठीक आहे. आता ही जी काही निडल आहे, ठीक आहे, यू कॅन सी इनिशियल सेटिंग टाइम निडल, द एरिया इज 1 mm² ऑफ दॅट पर्टिक्युलर निडल. ठीक आहे. तर निडलचा एरिया हा 1 mm² असणार आहे. अँड देन दिस इज युअर विकेट्स मोल्ड. एव्हरीवन नोज वी आर गोइंग टू प्रिपेअर आवर सिमेंट मिक्स. ठीक आहे. सिमेंट अँड वॉटर यू आर गोइंग टू टेक. यू आर गोइंग टू प्रिपेअर द सिमेंट मिक्स. You are going to fill the mold within 3 to 5 minutes, and then you are going to apply your initial setting time needle at this particular point. I will use the pointer. You are going to apply your initial setting time needle at this particular point, and then you are going to release it. Then you are going to release it. But at what time you have to release this initial setting time needle? See, as per the definition or as per the Indian standard specification, the initial setting time of any cement should not be less than 30 minutes. Initial setting time of the cement should not be less than 30 minutes at any cost. ठीक आहे. कुठल्याही कॉस्ट मध्ये त्याचा जो इनिशियल सेटिंग टाइम असणार आहे हा 30 मिनिटापेक्षा कमी नसावा. ठीक आहे. अँड फायनल सेटिंग टाइम इट शुड नॉट बी मोर दॅन 10 hours. आता फायनल सेटिंग टाइम म्हणजे काय? इनिशियल सेटिंग टाइम म्हणजे काय? तर इनिशियल सेटिंग टाइम मध्ये काय होतं, ज्यावेळेस आपण सिमेंट मध्ये वॉटर ऍड करतोय, ज्यावेळेस आपण सिमेंट मध्ये वॉटर ऍड करतोय, वॉटर ऍड केल्यानंतर त्याच्यामध्ये हीट ऑफ हायड्रेशन प्रोसेस होणार आहे आणि ही प्रोसेस झाल्यानंतर सिमेंट तुमचा हार्डन व्हायला सुरुवात होते. मग ज्या पॉइंट वरती तो हार्ड व्हायला सुरुवात होईल, ठीक आहे, तुम्ही कॉन्क्रीट एखाद्या ठिकाणी टाकले, लगेच बघितलं का एका मिनिटात ते कॉन्क्रीट हार्ड होते? कम्प्लिटली नाही होत. काय होणार आहे? इट टेक्स सम टाइम. इट टेक्स सम टाइम टू हार्डन इटसेल्फ. करेक्ट आहे. मग हा इनिशियल सेटिंग टाइम किती आहे, म्हणजे कुठल्या पॉइंट पासून किती वेळानंतर तो हार्ड व्हायला सुरुवात होतोय? तुम्ही ज्यावेळेस सिमेंट मध्ये वॉटर ऍड केलं आणि वॉटर ऍड केल्यानंतर तुम्ही असा टाइम शोधताय की ज्या टाइम नंतर तो सिमेंटची जी पेस्ट होती आपली ती हार्डन व्हायला सुरुवात होते इनिशियली. ठीक आहे. दॅट इज युअर इनिशियल सेटिंग टाइम. आणि फायनल सेटिंग टाइम म्हणजे काय? सो ज्यावेळेस तुम्ही वॉटर ऍड केलंय, वॉटर ऍड केल्यानंतर किती वेळाने ती सिमेंट पेस्ट जी आहे ती कम्प्लिटली हार्डन झालेली आहे. ही जी काही तुमची सिमेंट पेस्ट होती ही कम्प्लिटली हार्डन झालेली आहे. दॅट टाइम इज युअर फायनल सेटिंग टाइम. ओके. म्हणजे काय, तर तुमची सिमेंट पेस्ट कम्प्लिटली हार्डन फेज मध्ये गेलेली आहे. मग हे कम्प्लिटली हार्ड झाले हे कसं कळते तुम्हाला? सो फॉर दॅट यू आर गोइंग टू यूज द फायनल सेटिंग टाइम निडल. त्यासाठी आपण फायनल सेटिंग टाइम निडल यूज करतो. ठीक आहे. त्या फायनल सेटिंग टाइम निडल वरती एक थंब इम्प्रेशन असतं. इफ यू आर गोइंग टू रिलीज इट, तुमच्या सिमेंट पेस्ट मध्ये ती एंटर होणार नाही, ती पेनिट्रेट होणार नाही. का? कारण तुमची सिमेंट पेस्ट हार्ड झालेली आहे, कम्प्लिटली हार्ड. त्यामुळे ती निडल त्याच्यामध्ये पेनिट्रेट होत नाही. जर ती पेनिट्रेट झाली याचा अर्थ समजायचं अजून तुमचं सिमेंट पेस्ट कम्प्लिटली हार्ड झालेली नाहीये. ठीक आहे. मग किती वेळाने? सो फायनल सेटिंग टाइम इट शुड नॉट बी मोर दॅन 10 hours. म्हणजे 10 तासाच्या आत ती कम्प्लीट हार्ड व्हायलाच पाहिजे आणि पहिल्या 30 मिनिटामध्ये ती हार्ड म्हणजे त्याचं जी इनिशियल सेटिंग टाइम असणार आहे ती झालं नाही पाहिजे. ठीक आहे. सो द इनिशियल सेटिंग टाइम ऑफ द सिमेंट इट शुड नॉट बी लेस दॅन 30 मिनिट्स अँड फायनल सेटिंग टाइम इट शुड नॉट बी मोर दॅन 10 hours. ठीक आहे. द रेस्ट प्रोसिजर इज सेम ॲज दॅट ऑफ युअर कन्सिस्टन्सी टेस्ट. ओके. त्याची जी रिक्वायरमेंट आहे, द इनिशियल सेटिंग टाइम शुड नॉट बी लेस दॅन 30 मिनिट्स अँड फायनल सेटिंग टाइम it should not be greater than 600 minutes. Okay. So in this way, we are going to perform the experiment. The rest things are very simple and very clear, similar with that consistency test. ठीक आहे. जसे आपली कन्सिस्टन्सी आहे ना, तसंच आपले सेटिंग टाइम सुद्धा आपल्याला फायनल करायचं. सेम प्रोसिजर. 400 ग्राम सिमेंट घ्यायचंय. फक्त फरक काय? वॉटर घेत असताना फक्त आपली जी काही कन्सिस्टन्सी आली होती त्याच्या 85% वॉटर घ्यायचे तुम्हाला. सपोज तुमची कन्सिस्टन्सी 30% आहे, मग 30% 400 ग्राम तुम्ही सिमेंट घेताय. 400 ग्रामच्या 30% काउंट केलं तर किती ml वॉटर लागेल रे? 4 into 3 दॅट इज 12, दॅट इज 120 ml तुम्हाला वॉटर लागणार आहे. मग 120च्या 85%, 120च्या क्लिअर एव्हरीवन? कशा स्टेप्स आहेत सेटिंग टाइम फाइंड आउट करण्यासाठी? हॅलो हॅलो.
येस सर.
ओके, बाकीच्यांना समजलंय?
येस सर.
सर निडल कोणती यूज करायची?
दोन निडल यूज करणार आपण सेटिंग टाइम मध्ये. एक असते इनिशियल सेटिंग टाइम निडल, दुसरी असते फायनल सेटिंग टाइम निडल. ठीक आहे, एक असते इनिशियल सेटिंग टाइम निडल आणि दुसरी असते फायनल. त्या दोन्ही निडल यूज करून आपण सेटिंग टाइम फाइंड आउट करतो. दोन सेटिंग टाइम फाइंड आउट करायचे आपल्याला. एक आहे इनिशियल सेटिंग टाइम आणि दुसरा आहे फायनल सेटिंग टाइम. इनिशियल सेटिंग टाइम इट शुड नॉट बी लेस दॅन 30 मिनिट्स. जर 30 मिनिटाच्या आत जर तुमचं सिमेंट हार्ड होत असेल सो दॅट इज नॉट गुड. ओके. अँड फायनल सेटिंग टाइम इट शुड नॉट बी मोर दॅन 10 आवर्स. जर तुमच्या सिमेंटने 10 तासापेक्षा जास्त वेळ घेतला हार्ड होण्यासाठी तर अगेन इट इज ऑफ नो यूज. ठीक आहे. सो 30 मिनिट्स टू 600 मिनिट्स दॅट इज 10 आवर्स, याच मध्ये तुमचा इनिशियल आणि फायनल सेटिंग टाइम येत असणार. ठीक आहे, तोच आपल्याला एक्झॅक्टली फाइंड आउट करायचा किती येतोय. येते लक्षात? ठीक आहे. सो वी विल डायरेक्टली स्टार्ट द procedure and directly start the live demonstration of the practical. Okay, just give us 5 minutes for the preparation and you will have the direct live demonstration on that. Okay.
Full screen केली. Okay, my voice is audible. Hello, my voice is audible.
Yes sir.
And video is visible, clear. Hello.
Yes sir.
Okay, so let us start with the practical, that is nothing but the standard test synthesis. In our previous practical, we have taken, I think, trial number 1, around 100 level of water we have taken for determining the standard test synthesis. How we are going to perform that experiment, standard test synthesis? At first, we are going to take take 400 gram of cement. As you can see, we have measured 400 gram of cement. Then we are going to add in trial number 1 we have taken 112 ml of water. Now today we are going to take trial number 2 and we are going to check whether after taking the trial number 2 we are going to prepare the cement mix. We are going to take percentage of water maybe 29 or 30% of the water we are going to around 160 to 120 ml. Okay, so that quantity of water we are going to add in the cement and then we are going to make the cement paste. After making the cement paste, we are going to fill the paste in the briquette mold. The dimensions of the mold again I will repeat for everyone. So top diameter is 70 mm, height is 40 mm, and the bottom diameter is 80 mm. Okay, so this is the briquette mold that we are going to use it. After filling the cement paste into the mold, we are going to take down this particular mold along with the cement paste here in our briquette separator. Now as you can see in the briquette separator, the indicator is there which will show us the reading. And what we have to check, we are just at the first instance, we are going to just touch the plunger to the top surface of the cement paste, and then we are going to release it. Okay, and we are going to see the penetration of this plunger into the cement paste. Where we will get our expected result? If the penetration of the plunger, from top is 32 to 35 mm, or from the bottom it is 5 to 7. If we are getting that reading, that is nothing but our standard test. That is the exact quantity of water that we require to prepare a good workable paste. Okay, that is the first. And in the second half, we are going to take again 400 gram of cement and we are going to use 2 needles to find out the setting time. The 2 needles are initial setting time needles. As you can see, this is the first initial setting time needle. Okay, the area of this needle is 1 mm square. This is initial setting time needle. You can see this is the initial setting time needle. The area of this needle is 1 mm square. Okay, 1 mm square. And this is your final setting time needle. As you can see, this is your final setting time needle. Here, some impression is there. Okay. Again, you are going to attach these 2 needles to this apparatus, and then you are going to check the setting time of that particular system. Okay. But before proceeding, let us rewind our previous practical. Let us take the second trial. That is for determining the consistency. Okay. Now we have taken 400 gram of cement, and now we are going to mix it. We are going to prepare the good work. The paste should be within 3 to 5 minutes. We are going to prepare. Within 3 to 5 minutes, our paste must be ready. Okay. Now I will prepare the paste. Now we have compacted. Now we will have keep the sample. Check we are getting the expected result or not. At first, the plunger will just touch the surface, and then I'm just slowly going to. And we have to check the penetration into the VCAT mode. Okay. Stop. आहे का जाते अजून? As you can see, the penetration is just 10 mm. That is from the bottom. See, this is 0 reading. This is 10. Okay. Charging button. This is 0 reading and this is 10. So when we are getting the standard consistency, if the penetration of the plunger is 5 to 7 mm from the bottom, that is from 0 to 10. Okay, the reading should be 5 to 10 mm. Or if you calculate it from the top, that is from 40 mm, that is from 50 mm, it should be 30 to 35, 32 to 35 mm from the top. Okay, so now if you just see, the reading is just around 8 or just around 9. Okay, around 9 mm. So if you are going to add again some quantity of water in the our cement paste, we will get the expected result. Okay, that is the second trial. Now we are going to check the initial and final setting. Now we are very much close to get the result. Okay, if you take the third trial, definitely we will get the result for our particular cement. Okay. Now the for this particular test.
सर आवाज येत नाही सर.
Around 29% we have taken. Now we will take the next practical, that is nothing but the 5 years of cement. Okay, आता आपल्याला 5 years of cement, sorry, setting time of cement, that is the next practical that we are going to perform. Okay, now this is the second trial we have taken for consistency. I hope now everyone has understood how we are going to perform this experiment. Okay, now let us take the third trial. Video. Welcome to the next practical on the cement. That is nothing but the determining the setting time test of the cement. As you can see on the blackboard. Okay, this is our third practical that we are going to conduct. That is setting time
Hello.
test of cement.
हॅलो सर
Ha.
ते इनिशियल आणि पॅनल सेटिंग मध्ये सर वॉटर किती ऍड केलं सर तुम्ही
0.85% of the consistency.
ते कॅल्क्युलेशन सांगा की सर कसं काढायचं
Yeah, I will tell you. Just wait. We are not started our practical yet. Okay. So the third practical that we are going to start is nothing but the setting time. As you know, we are dealing with the two setting time test. First one is your initial setting time that you have to determine, and second one is nothing but your final setting time. What is initial setting time? It is nothing but the time elapsed when you are going to add the water, and whatever the whatever the setting time needle you are going to use, that setting time needle will pierce into the cement into that particular mold. That is from bottom it is 5 mm or from top it is 32 to 35. Okay, so it is nothing but that stage of the cement when you are going to add the water in the cement and the cement paste will just start to harden. Okay, the cement paste will just start to harden. So that phase or the time which is required for that phase, that is nothing but your initial setting time. Okay, and that we are going to determine. And final setting time, that is the second part of this practical, is nothing but the time elapsed when you are going to work, when you are going to add water in the cement and when the cement paste gets completely hardened. So that duration you are going to calculate, and that is your final setting time. As per our Indian standard specifications, the final setting time should not be more than 10 hours, that is 600 minutes, and the initial setting time, it should not be less than 30 minutes. Okay, that means you have constructed any you are going to construct a concrete in a structural element like a slab or the column, and if the cement will get hardened within 30 minutes, it will not make any use. Okay, so your initial setting time of that cement must be more than 30 minutes. And the final setting time, it must be less than 10 hours, that is 600 minutes. Now, how to perform this experiment? To perform this experiment, we require 400 grams, and then we require 0.85%, that is 85% of the water that is required for the consistency. So, whatever the consistency of the cement that we have determined in experiment number 2, you have to take 85% of the water of that particular consistency. Now, how it is there, I will explain. Now, let us take that example. In our practical number 2, we require around 29% of the water. Okay, that is the consistency. Okay, 29% is the consistency. That is what required in our practical number. Now, in the practical, our W1, that is weight of the cement, is 400 grams. Weight of the cement is 400 grams. Our consistency that you are getting, that is weight of the water, is 29% by weight of the cement, that is by W1. Okay, so 29 divided by 100 into 400. If you just do this calculation, what is the answer? What will be the answer that you are getting?
160.
Okay, 1,600. So this is the water that is required in our experiment number 2 to make a good workable paste. To make a good workable paste, 169. Now in setting time, in setting time, you have to take 85% of the water that is required for the consistency. आता consistency साठी किती लागणार water तुम्हाला 116 मिनिट 33%. 116 मिनिट तुम्हाला water लागेल consistency. याच्या 85%. 116 मिनिटच्या 85%. So that is the water that you are going to require for determining the setting time. That is your initial and final setting. So if you just calculate W2, it is 0.85% of the PN. PN is nothing but the consistency. Okay, PN stands for the normal consistency. So 0.85 multiplied by 116. Multiplied by 116. Now 116 is what? It is nothing but the consistency of that particular cement, or the amount of water required to make a good workable paste. So 0.85% of do the calculation. What will be the answer?
98.6. 8.6.
90?
98.6.
98.6 ml. So around 99 ml of water is required for us to perform this setting time test of the to perform this particular experiment. Clear, everyone now? How much quantity of water that you are going to take in setting time test? 85% of the consistency. That is why I told you in my previous practice. Consistency test is the most important test. Why? Because only in that test you will come to know how much quantity of water is required for us to make a good workable test. Okay, to make a good workable test. That is why that consistency test is most important for us. Now, based on the consistency, we are going to decide the water that is required for determining the setting time. And how much quantity of water we require? It is 85% of the consistency. Now, if you do the calculation, 100 ml water, we have taken already 400 gram of cement. We have taken. Now we are going to prepare the mix. Again, we are going to prepare the cement mix, and then whatever the cement mix we have prepared, we are going to fill that mix into this particular bucket mold. Dimensions you know, so I am not going to repeat it once again. Okay. So we are going to prepare the cement mix, and then you are going to fill that mold. You are going to keep that mold into the bucket apparatus. Now, as you have seen, I have attached initial setting time needle over here. This is your initial setting time needle. The diameter, the area of that needle is 1 mm square. The area of the needle is 1 mm square. Okay. So this is the needle that we are going to use to determine the initial setting time. And for final setting time, I will use this final setting time needle. This is the final setting time needle that I am going to use. If you just see, there is an impression which is marked. So what procedure you have to do? The same procedure as that of in consistency. I have attached initial setting time needle. I will prepare the paste within 3 to 5 minutes. Then I will keep the mold over here, and then I will wait for 30 minutes. I will wait for 30 minutes, and then I am going to see the penetration of this flame, this particular initial setting time. The penetration of this initial setting time. If it is more than, if the penetration, if it is get fully penetrated into the test, that means cement is still in wet plastic condition. So again, we will wait for 40 minutes, 45 minutes, 50 minutes, and we are going to observe at what time the penetration of this initial setting time needle is just 32 to 35 mm from the, or 5 to 7 mm from the water. Okay, the time at which we are getting our expected result, that is nothing but the initial setting time. And final setting time will require more than 3 hours. Okay, so we'll just keep the sample and I will tell you the final setting time for that experiment. Okay, so let us start preparing the paste. तीन ते 5 मिनिट करा मिक्स करायला चालू करा हळूहळू Next is coming. Okay, now we have prepared the mix. Okay, now we will check. After 30 minutes, we are going to check the setting time, whether we will get the expected penetration or not. Okay, so after 30 minutes, we are going to check. If you just see right now, it will get fully penetrated. It will get fully penetrated. Correct? Whether this reading we are getting, we want the full penetration? No. So after 30 minutes, we are going to check and then we will measure. So it's 11:20 in the clock. So exactly at 11:40. Okay, 11:40 or 11:50, we will check whether the penetration is we are getting, that is 5 to 7 mm from the bottom or not. Okay. Again, if we are not getting, then again we are going to take after 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or 15 minutes. Okay. And final setting time, we are going to check it within 10 hours.
हॅलो सर.
Please wait for 5 minutes. Hello, my voice is audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, now you have, I think, understood how we are going to perform the setting time test also. Okay, we have followed the same procedure as that of, we have taken it for our standard consistency test. Okay, now at 11:40, we will see whether we are getting the expected result, that is penetration of that initial setting time needle is just 5 to 7 mm from the bottom, or 32 to 35 mm from the top. And if it is there, that will be our initial setting time. And final setting time, it requires some time, that is around 180 or 200 minutes. Okay, so I will directly give you the reading for the final setting time needle. Okay, video I have not started it. Okay, so just through audio I am speaking with you. That is what about the setting time test. I hope everybody has understood. कुणाला काही प्रश्न आहेत का आजच्या एक्सपेरिमेंट बद्दल?
सर बॅच नंबर काय आहे म्हणजे ह्या टेस्ट साठी?
Batch number is, you just write it down. I will just show it to you. Just give me a minute.
सर वॉटरचा रेंज 25 ते 30 पर्यंतच घ्यायचं ना सर?
25 to 30%. Just 30%. Okay.
ते आलेले सर ml into 0.88 ने मल्टिप्लाय करायचं ना सर त्याला?
Yes, yes.
मग फायनल सेटिंग टाइम सर 10 hours झाल्यानंतर घ्यावं लागतं की सर त्याचे?
Final setting time we are going to take within 10 hours only. Okay, not after 10 hours.
पेनिट्रेट किती यायला पाहिजे सर?
पेनिट्रेटच व्हायला नाही पाहिजे. फायनल सेटिंग टाइम निडल ज्यावेळेस तुम्ही अटॅच करता म्हणजे ती कम्प्लिटली हार्ड झालेली पेस्ट आहे, बरोबर आहे. मग कम्प्लिटली हार्ड झालेली पेस्ट असेल त्यामध्ये निडल पेनिट्रेट व्हायला पाहिजे का नाही? निश्चितचपणे नाही. ठीक आहे, त्याचं पेनिट्रेशन झालंच नाही पाहिजे. जर त्याचं पेनिट्रेशन झालं याचा अर्थ ते अजून 100% हार्डन झालेली नाहीये. ठीक आहे.
ओके सर, म्हणजे 0 यायला पाहिजे ना सर पेनिट्रेट?
येस येस, इन केस ऑफ फायनल सेटिंग टाइम. ठीक आहे. आणि इनिशियल मध्ये 32 ते 35 mm. ठीक आहे.
टॉप मध्ये सर, टॉप मध्ये आणि बॉटम मध्ये 5 ते 7.
हा, येस, करेक्ट आहे. सर्वांना समजला एक्सपेरिमेंट कसा केलेला आहे? एव्हरीवन रिस्पॉन्ड. So this is our experiment number 2. I think consistency you have written. Now setting time test, you can please write it down in your notebook. The aim apparatus and the procedure. Okay, diagram you can complete it at your home. Observations मध्ये type and make of cement ला Ultratech 53 ग्रेड आहे, OPC 53 ग्रेड सिमेंट आहे. ठीक आहे. बॅच नंबर जो आहे त्याचा, that batch number is 52 week, that is last week of December, 52nd month is December and year is 2021. Okay, batch number ज्यांनी विचारला होता प्रश्न. Last week of December, and you just write complete the whole procedure and all rest things. Okay. Starting from the problem statement title of this experiment, experiment number 3, you just copy it in your notebook now.
हॅलो सर.
हा,
तुमच्या सब्जेक्टला ओव्हरऑल आहे का सर?
no,
ओके सर.
actually it should be there but it is not there in the syllabus mentioned.
मग तुम्ही कंपल्सरी सर आता सिलेबस जाण्यावर ओव्हरऑल वगैरे विचारत नाही का सर मुलांना वगैरे?
No, before, at the time of submission of your internal continuous assessment or at the time of submission of your assignments, some questions are there. That questions I will ask. Definitely.
Okay, sir.
Problem statement is X. There is an
Apparatus.
सर डायग्राम ड्रॉ करायचे का?
Yeah, you can draw the diagram in that practical. Okay. I think this manual is shared with on your WhatsApp group also, official WhatsApp group. So you have the copy of this lab manual.
सेकंड प्रॅक्टिकल मध्ये टाइप ऑफ सिमेंट, टाइप अँड मेक ऑफ सिमेंट, ग्रेड ऑफ सिमेंट आणि बॅच नंबर सेम आहे का? थर्ड
हो,
सर.
सेम आहेत. No. Directly you can write down the definition. This definition, initial setting time. Definition.